The very first lesson you ever learn in improv is the yes and rule. Has anyone ever heard that expression? Okay, good. A few of you. Yes and. So what you don't want to do is you don't want to negate someone's idea. So someone says to you, look at that pink elephant. And you say, what pink elephant? What happens to the scene? Nothing. You can't go anywhere with that. You're like, okay. So someone says, look at that pink elephant. And then you have a million options. Yes, and it's standing on your mother. And then you have a lot of places to go from there, right? Like, doesn't that spark your imagination? You pictured it, and now there's somewhere to go. So you literally yes and. It's not just yes. See that pink elephant? Why, yes, it's a pink elephant. Because that does not contribute. So the and is adding something. This is all a metaphor, but just literally, the and is adding on to moving the idea further. We'll come back a little bit to this later. It doesn't mean if somebody's got a terrible idea, you're like, yes, and I love it. That's not, we're trying to, how do you add as a collaborator to what's already been offered? Okay, so I want you to try it. So you're going to find your partner again, and there's two sentences. Everyone on the right, raise your hand of your partner. Okay, you're going to go first. You're going to go first. Okay, shh. So here's what you say. This is a fill in the blank. Okay, ready? I don't want you to miss it. You're going to say to them, hey, don't I know you from blank? And then your partner is going to say, yes, and that was the day when I blank. Okay, I'll say it again. The first person says, hey, don't I know you from, and you fill in the blank. And then the other person has to respond, taking the information, though. So number twos, don't make anything up yet. Yes, and that was the day when I blank. Okay, ready, go. Okay, and now switch. So the first person goes second. Second person goes first. Do another one. Do you need a partner? Okay, so I would love to hear some. Okay, raise your hand if you have one to share. Shh. Okay, over here, tell me yours. Can you tell me yours? Does somebody have one they want to share? Say that again. Don't I know you from the Mean Girls Conference? Aw, yes, that's when I found out I was worth something. That's nice. Siobhan, didn't you like that one? She likes that one. What's another one? What's another one? Yeah. That's the day I fell off the wagon. Awesome. So was that hard for anybody? Did you get stuck? Stop yourself? Yeah, a little bit. Can you tell me what happened inside your brains? Okay, great. So what I would say, I'd change the way you said that, which is I'm not practiced at thinking on the spot. And so the basic thing that we're trying to do is get out of our way. 99% of the time, it's not that you're not good at coming up with a new idea. It's that there's a block in the way. Okay? Does that kind of feel like, so various things that happen, you tell yourself something, and it's actually just, you're talking, and you're like, I'm distracted by this. I can't hear my ideas. Shut up. And that's the inner critic. So we're going to get to that in a little bit. Some of it is, it's a muscle, just like, oh, let your mind just like wander and pick something. Sometimes it's, I want to pick the right exact thing. Does anybody have that feeling? Yeah. So there is no exact right thing. I know some of you don't believe me, but that's a really good thing to maybe write down and think about a little bit. So the idea that there isn't a correct answer here, okay? So, and we're going to keep coming back to that a little bit. Okay, skill number 2, I was talking about being present a little bit, just to be a good listener. Was that hard? Was anyone like, I'm already thinking about the next thing and I haven't even heard their first line? Anybody have that? I hear that's a little hand go like this. Yeah, okay, good. Really important to try to just stay present because you actually can't respond until you've heard. So you're off the clock until you get the offering of an idea from the other person, okay? I'll tell you just one really funny quick thing. When I was in a show one time, I was totally spaced out and I wasn't really listening. And we did this scene where you keep changing the style of films, like right in the middle of the scene, from like romantic comedy to horror or whatever. And the audience yelled out, "Foreign film." And I wasn't really listening. And I guess I just, in the back of my head, heard porn film. So I'm like this around the other actor. And everyone's like, you could just see the audience is like, what? Foreign. And then I was like, sorry. And then I just started talking in French or something. But anyway. Skill number 3, be flexible, spontaneous, and think on your feet. So what I would like to do right now is, can I have a volunteer come up real quick? Somebody who wants to just play with me real quick? Yeah, come up. She was like, oh, hi. Yay. Fabulous. I forgot your name. Kimberly. Yay. Okay. Yay, Kimberly. Okay. So you look so cute today. Okay. So we're going to do a game just called One Word Story, and then you'll do it with your partner at the table. So what we need is another an object we could talk about. Just an orange. Okay. Okay, so the way that we're here, you hold this. Okay. The way that we're going to do this is we each say one word making sentences. So like the dog went to the store, okay? Okay. And there's no right or wrong. It's just we got to be kind of quick-ish. Okay. Don't think too hard. Okay. Okay.
I got that part. No,
yeah. Okay. Yesterday.
I went.
Here, you do this.
Oh, okay.
Just one word.
One word.
So yesterday.
I
went
to
the
store.
And.
Got.
And.
Food.
And
ate
one
potato,
but
it
was
not
really
good
because
it
had
mold.
Good. Yay, Kimberly. Okay, good job. Okay, so uncensored, more fun. And nobody can hear you, so you can go wherever you want with it. Give yourselves a subject, armadillos, whatever, like a subject, Oval Office, whatever you want to do. And then go back and forth between you. Try to go kind of fast-ish. And don't plan where the story's going. Okay, go. So we're constantly reinventing ourselves, right? So when you give up the goal and you get unattached to the goal and you're more open-minded, there's something that I like to call ready, fire, aim, or ready, go, set. So it's the idea that you're preparing yourself, you put it out, whatever the thing is, and then you tweak it once it's there. Perfectionists hate this idea. So that is a practice that we want to be able to have, especially anyone who's ever launched a new website, and then you're like, oh, crap. These 5 things didn't work, right? Then you bring it back but you cannot get it to the point that it's set before you go. So you have to go and then set it after. Does that make sense? So all of these things, we're trying to learn to be more comfortable in our skin, diving into something, innovating, being creative, letting the right brain kind of float around, being connected to other people and being really present rather than so goal-oriented all the time. Okay, that's kind of what I'm headed for, too, in this. There's one other little game. Can I just use one more volunteer? Anybody? Come here. Okay. Yeah. Okay, this is George. You'll see him tomorrow.
Yes.
And, okay, so I'm going to say a sentence with a fill in the blank like we did in the beginning. And you're going to say one or a couple words or whatever to answer it. And then I'm going to clap my hands or whatever, and I'll say it again, and then I want you to keep revising it Okay?
Okay.
And I'll show you what I mean in a second. So, excuse me, sir, you dropped your...
Armadillo?
Good.
We're in Texas, right?
And I'll just do it again. Excuse me, sir, you dropped your...
Do you want me to say
Yes,
it?
say a new
Armadillo.
thing. Sorry, a new thing.
Elephant.
Yeah, you dropped your...
Toaster oven.
You dropped your...
Microwave.
You dropped your...
Microphone.
Now think way off of objects, something else. You dropped your...
Ex-wife.
Perfect. You can have a seat. That was a great example. Okay, now he could not have planned that. It was totally authentic, right? It's his own experience. Like, we could not have picked that, although she probably could have guessed he might have said that. And it was playful, right? Did you feel playful? You looked playful. And not tense. And those are all those goodies that we want to bring back to, like, everything we do, okay?